Hello and welcome to your Phoenix Productions broadcast of your Atchison women's varsity soccer game against the Wyandotte Lady Bulldogs. We are excited to be here today and tonight. The weather is not perfect, but we're here nonetheless. So I am Mr. Gentry, and I'm here with
DeWare.
and we are excited to bring a game to you guys tonight. This should be a great game. Two great teams going at it today. It's a touch windy here, probably about 10-mile-an-hour winds. It's sitting about 60 degrees.
Not nearly as windy as last game.
No, not nearly as windy as last game. You guys can actually get some game sound today is the goal, with our camera not being too much.
But here we are, just about to get started. Wyandotte Bulldogs are currently 2-0 for their season, and the Atchison Phoenix are 1-2.
All right, folks. They are coming out to do the national anthem, and then to pick sides to get going, and then we will start this first half. Thank everyone for being here. It's a wonderful day. It's not too sunny as it has been in a couple of our other games where the sun is really beating down on us, but it is a little cloudy and a little windy, but the weather's looking nice here, just to give you an idea of kind of what we're working with. Welcome back, folks. We are just about to get underway here tonight. We are hoping for a really nice game here as the teams take their side. On your screen, going from left to right in the red will be your Atchison Phoenix, and going from right to left will be your Wyandotte Bulldogs.
It is a little chilly here on the field. You can notice even the refs are taking a few jumps, getting a little warm. That wind really kind of cuts through, especially down in the field. As we up here are kind of blocked from the wind right now because it's at the back of the press box, so it's not blowing up like it did on us last time. But you could still absolutely feel that cold air down on the field, which, as we saw last game, definitely has effect on the game. As sometimes that wind just simply takes the ball as it's in the air, and it can go in some unpredictable ways. But here we go. The Wyandotte Bulldogs are kicking off first.
Should be an incredible game. Two high-scoring teams. Atchison going 8-0 on their last game, and then Bulldogs also going 8-0 on their last two games. So it'll be very interesting to see how these two teams face off offensively and to see which defense can hold. As you know, if you've friend of the stream, you've been here before, we brag about the defense quite a bit. We think the Atchison Phoenix has been able to stand really tall, so we're looking to hopefully they continue that tonight. As they're going to come out swinging, pushing into the attacking third, but it's not quite having the system down yet.
Freshman was unable to quite find the feet there, but Finnegan doing her best to keep on it. Bulldogs take possession of the ball right before it's quickly booted out by the Atchison Phoenix. Small little tumble on the field, resulting for a Bulldog ball. Seems like a shove call.
Yeah, a little bit of shove there. It'll be Bulldog ball coming out.
Bulldogs giving their teammates a moment to get it set up before they just go to the side, kicking it to another defender. The Bulldogs are able to maintain possession for a few passes. The ball is booted into the Atchison defending third. There's pressure on. There's a call made. The AR waving his flag. This might be a call on the box, which could result in a penalty kick. They are stopping the clock. Unfortunate call for the Atchison Phoenix. Last time that the Phoenix had a PK, unfortunately, goalkeeper Carly let that ball go through. PKs are very difficult to defend against. Ref taking his time, talking it out with the players. This results in a yellow card for the Atchison Phoenix. Number 2, senior defender Annie. This is not a PK. It just stopped short of the box. Around the 15. Oh, unfortunately, although it was not a PK, the kick is still strong enough to make it a Bulldog goal up into the top corner of the net. Really hard spot to defend. Unfortunate goal. But that is a Bulldog point. Goal scored at around the 38-minute mark, meaning about 2 minutes into this game. Atchison kickoff. They are working to find possession, still fighting in the midfield, not able to find the feet of their teammates before that ball is again booted into the Atchison defending third, hoping for a better outcome this time and not getting a card. as Lakeland White fighting for it hard in the defense, resulting in it rolling out for a corner kick. Ball's kicked out to the top of the box where where Atchison defense are able to settle the ball, take possession, and start dribbling up the field. Senior Lily Adams on that fast. The defense for the Bulldogs really pushing up high, which might cost them now as the ball plays deep. It is now one against goalie. Good for an Atchison goal. 1 minute, less than 1 minute from the last goal. Shayla Sniller for that goal. Again, the leading point getter for the Atchison Phoenix. She's a freshman, folks. We haven't necessarily seen a lot of possession yet in this game, but that being said, it's only been about 3 minutes, but we've had 2 goals scored. Both teams fighting very hard for this ball, but not able to maintain long-term possession. Instead, both teams have had beautiful attacks and beautiful plays. Unfortunately, the Phoenix letting up a ball to just above the box. Goal is out on the far side for a Phoenix throw-in. Lands at the feet of number 9, critted in. Hansen on that ball, trying to fight for it in the midfield, but the Bulldogs beat her teammates that are back her up. Ball is played through again, but the Phoenix have more time. They're taking the dribbles, looking for the feet, able to fight it up the field to Finnegan. Burke taking her moment, taking a few dribbles up the field. Finds the feet of Finnegan once again, who unfortunately takes a one big tap and it ends up off the field for a Bulldog throw-in. Ball is in the attacking third, but the defense is able to get that one up pretty swiftly. Now that Gentry once again joins us for a quick fill-in, those 2 goals were back-to-back, scored within less than a minute of each other.
I could hear the crowd roar as I'm trying to fix a couple things, work on some tech, and all of a sudden, boom, 2 goals scored back-to-back, and I was worried. That first one, I look out of the corner of my eye, goes in on the Phoenix, and I had my heart sunk a little bit. But then, boom, just like that, they fight back and they win, and they keep this ball game close. We're sitting 0-0 in my mind. You know what I mean? It's a fresh slate for them.
In case you at home or you, Gentry, missed it, that ball that was scored on the Phoenix resulted in our senior defender, 2, number Andy, getting yellow card, getting her off the field. We were worried for a second that it could be a PK, but the ball ended up just short of the box. It was like, if the box is around the 12-yard line, it was maybe at the 13.
Wow. So indeed, we've got an interesting game here laid out for us, starting early with less than 5 minutes in, and we've already got a card that is, it's a little different pace than our games prior.
To the credit of the Bulldogs, they still made that shot from the 13-yard line. That is a long and difficult shot to make, and they made it to the top corner of the goal, which is one of the hardest spots to get to.
Yeah, makes for an interesting game, makes for interesting happenings. I'm sad I missed it. But hey, that's the life of the broadcast sometimes, and we keep it moving. So, but I will say, talking to some of the players, they definitely like this game, and they were excited for it. That they knew it was going to be a tough game for them, and they were excited for that challenge. And they talked a little bit about what historically the Bulldogs' offense had looked like, which was kind of that run and gun offense where you put it long, and they've apparently got some really fast forwards. And so that was going to be the challenge, was the defensive line holding firm and making sure that they're not letting anybody by them.
You can see that here as the forwards there are quite fast, keeping up with all the defense as the ball is being passed around. The offense for the Bulldogs are doing quite a phenomenal job of keeping on sides, but breaking away as soon as that ball is passed. Therefore, they are getting ahead of our defenders right now when that ball is played into the attacking third. So if the Phoenix are able to read that line a little bit better, they could step up and run an offsides trap. But as I said, the offense for the Bulldogs is doing a wonderful job of ensuring that they are on sides. And also, that being said, the defense for the Bulldogs is really pushing pretty high up, sitting around the 45 and pushing back just now to the 30 and below. But they've been sitting pretty high up. In fact, for quite a few points, we're above the half of the entire field. So this game is being played pretty heavily into the Atchison's attacking third because of how the Bulldogs are choosing to play their players.
Well, it definitely collapses the game. You know, it makes for a much tighter, faster pace, intense. You know, I mean, you really got to work in the wheel. You know, as they say, right in the center of that.
There's a cross down to the corner of the field for Finnegan, who's looking for the feet of her teammates in the center of the box. She kicks it in, but it is just too far. Goes off wide for the goal.
Beautiful cross.
Beautiful cross.
A little too much mustard on it. Puts it just past, but just not quite where she wanted to put it. Yeah, but, oh, my gosh, that was a beauty. Just, you know, right. Just nice air on it. Just a little too much.
Beautiful pass. Just slightly over the heads of her teammates, unable to get a body on it.
Love the idea. Love the thought. Love the control. You have to have vision when you see things like that, and it really showed a good vision on the play. And I think that's something that definitely in high school soccer absolutely plays a role, is your vision of being able to see plays.
Ooh, that was a beautiful kick from down outside the box again, hitting the goalie square on the chest before she bobbles it for a second. Phoenix does apply pressure, but goalie quickly scoops it up before moving on. Although there was a brief handling there, the ref calls advantage play on. Back to the feet of Finnegan once again, trying to make a cross. Hits the body of a defender, resulting in a throw-in for her. She quickly throws that one in, trying to keep the pace of the game. But once again, results in, well, not a Phoenix throw-in. This is a Bulldog throw-in this time. Phoenix fighting for possession. Burke takes a step to the attacking third, helping out the offense before quickly falling back to her place. Going for a cross on the far side, but the ball is run out. Last touched by a Wyandotte player. Therefore, a corner kick. Corner kick is going to be taken by Emma Finnegan. There is a whistle. Call against the Atchison Phoenix, therefore resulting in a kick outward for the Bulldogs. Just about where you take a goal kick. Goalie is able to be pretty accurate in finding the feet and finding the pocket for her teammates. Collision around half field, resulting in White taking a second to get up, but she does have her own power. Game still on. Crittenden fighting for it on the far side. Before she wins it, sending it up to the upfield, looking for another far side cross this time. The midfield for the Bulldogs showing off some of their fancy footwork this time. The Atchison Phoenix now moving their defense up to the half field. This is a very close-knit game here. Once again, you can see that the Bulldogs are able to have a very beautiful run. As you're turning, you think to seem that that player is offsides, but in fact, they only make that breakaway after that ball is played. They are just incredibly fast. I must have missed her entering the field again. Number 2, Annie, is back on the field after her yellow card.
Great to have her back. Great.
Great to have you back.
Fired up. Yeah, well, I'm running around. Since it's been such a nice day and since it's been such a nice stream, we're trying to evolve our game a little bit, evolve our deal. So we went ahead and try and get a little different view, zooming in that wide shot just a touch to get a little bit better thing. Not too much, just enough to hopefully try and get a little bit wider picture on it. So,
wider picture on it?
Well, bigger picture on it.
Yeah.
Ooh, no calls. Phoenix hits the ground. I think they caught a little bit of advantage there as Phoenix were able to get the kickoff.
Lily Adams taking her time to settle it in the midfield before finding the foot of another defender. Who the ref does not call a dangerous play on that one. A little shocking. Was that the Bulldog cleat was pretty close to Finian's face there.
Yeah, dangerous play is a tough one because, a lot of people just think it's just kicking high, but that's not the full truth. It's putting yourself or another player in a position, in an unnatural soccer position that is dangerous. And so oftentimes, it's a very subjective call from what
Beautiful settle from the Bulldogs. Seems to bounce up and hit the elbow, but I believe the ref called play on.
"26 minutes left. The Phoenix and the Bulldogs been able to hold the defense line here after letting one apiece in.
Discussed it briefly in your absence, but the Phoenix are now also pushing their defense up pretty high. So as we briefly talked about earlier, this game is being played in a very tight area.
Well, and I think you gotta adjust. That's good on the coaching staff for adjusting as the game goes. And when you have forwards that are really quick and really explosive, you've got to be able to meet that head on.
Watching the Atchison Phoenix a little closer, for the defense, they could be running a few more offsides traps, but if you'll notice, even right here, we have a few defenders falling back, not keeping quite a tight line.
Definitely gives the Bulldogs a little bit of space to work, even when they shouldn't have it. And that's definitely something that the Phoenix are gonna have to watch, make sure they don't have that exploited on them.
Well, the Phoenix are the only team to currently have a yellow. That isn't to say that this game isn't feisty, as you see there for the offense. There are a couple elbows thrown. Ref calls another. That's not a shove call.
I don't know if it's shove or, kind of.
It was intent of a shove,
yeah,
but shoving with her shoulder. She dipped her shoulder into her opponent, which is also not allowed. It is a foul, correct one.
A great play there, just wasn't exactly to the feet. That ball goes 2 feet to the left, and that's a dangerous little moment for the Phoenix.
As I was saying, although the Phoenix are the only team with a yellow card, this isn't to say that the game isn't feisty and isn't worth fighting for. These players are definitely each giving their own and putting a little oomph behind it too, as we see a few elbows starting to get thrown, some arms locked during the battles. But currently, no lines crossed.
Out for a corner. Phoenix going to get a set play here. And hopefully we see another nice cross from Finnegan. See if she can put it into the...
Keep her a little lower this time,
into
please.
play, That turf runs right up into that track line. Makes it for a tough... Ooh, man. Almost another corner as Bulldog puts it over the back. As the Phoenix will reset. And the ball boy goes long.
It's good for a 3-point.
Yeah. A low one inside, tries to put it right in the center. That's
Couple scrambling in the box, but ultimately the Bulldogs are able to get it back out wide to where Finnegan still is sitting. Look for the cross, but unable to get one off before it goes to the close side of the goal in the back for a Bulldog goal kick.
not the shot she wanted. I don't think she was expecting it to pop out to her like that. But I mean, that ball sat in the Phoenix or in the Bulldog 6-yard box for a quick second. And I think the Phoenix could have capitalized on that, really crashed down on it, make something happen.
Defender taking the goal kick this time.
Again, here we see the Phoenix defense all the way up at the midfield mark. Definitely trying to push that offside line. Collapse the game. If they're going to play a close, intense game, make them play it on their own defending third.
Well, the Phoenix aren't exactly defending line, isn't exactly in a line at this point, as we've mentioned in previous games. As soon as they creep up past that half field mark, it doesn't matter for offsides. The offensive player could sit on that 50-yard line and be still considered onside.
Indeed.
Finnegan attempting to get down there for the cross, but the ball's a little too fast with the wind on the turf and finds itself out for a Bulldog throw-in.
I really would have thought that would have been a Phoenix throw. I thought it deflected, but maybe it did not. Maybe I missaw. Richardson playing some nice defense, keeping that ball in front of her, not letting an easy pass go by.
I was about to say that too. I missed her coming in. Kiana Richardson, number 6, in for the midfield.
Phoenix trying to keep him here, trying to control this zone and not letting anything go by, as there will be a handling call. They're going to call it off the forearm. Nice, that'd be a nice break for the Bulldogs. Lets them get a set play to kick it out.
They opt for the long ball, which finds itself at the defense for the Phoenix with a beautiful settle before it is unfortunately returned to the Bulldogs. Not to be the technical guy on this one, but number 25 has a different jersey than the rest of her team.
I see the black numbers on the...
This, unfortunately, by technicality, is violation of the rules, but nobody's going to call that.
No, my assumption would be it's maybe a JV jersey, old jersey. Maybe an away jersey.
Yeah.
Who knows? Well, it's kind of like in basketball. They got to start the game with the shirt tucked in.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong on that, viewers. Phoenix fighting to stay in control in the midfield, really trying to make it count.
I mentioned briefly before, but it's still worth noting once again that no one's really truly maintained possession this game. It's been a lot of back and forth between the defense. Both of them really putting in their work, but no one dominating defense thus far.
No, indeed, it's been a good game so far.
Number 8, Hansen, taking a run through before, unfortunately, the ball is kicked into the Phoenix arm, but that does result into a handling call.
Tough break for the Phoenix there.
Good play on the Bulldogs' part. Sometimes that call is beneficial for you. And then again, we'll see the
long bomb.
See the speed of the attacking Bulldogs as they beat the defensive line back to the ball, but loses the battle as the ball goes wide. Shout out to Jack Finnegan, the ball boy on the far side, who had a pretty great throw-in for that ball.
Well, yeah, the ball boys, they work. They do work. They be running. I gotta hand it to them. More running than I do during a game. No handling call there.
Or dangerous play.
I mean, my goodness. Interesting. Because technically on indirect fouls, you cannot call advantage. There is no advantage on indirect fouls.
This game is getting a little heated as you're starting to see quite a lot more shoving on the field and quite a few more what I would define as dangerous plays.
I mean, you definitely, you're used to the shoulders dropping a little bit as they play, but it's when they come up and those arms extend do you start to get a little worried about the.
I'm
what's
noticing
happening.
quite a few more high kicks or cleats much farther off the ground than what you should expect. Still no calls from the ref, however. Though the ref is not scared to tell him how it is, as we saw that yellow card very quickly in the game.
Well, it sets the tone, sets the pace, make sure we know who's making the calls here.
It's a beautiful touch on the ball by the defense before it bounced off the back of the head of another defensive player for the Bulldogs. Number 8, Hansen, really not letting it up, trying to win her battle.
I was going to say, finally, there's the trip. I was worried there'd be nothing there. I almost wonder if the ref was going to wait for him to see if Burt got through with it. But she did not, so there's the call. 17 minutes, 30 seconds left in this first half, sitting still tied. As the Phoenix just having to fight to get control back of this game. No call there.
No
They're
call.
going to call the advantage.
Lily Adams turned around, waiting for the call,
Yeah.
but I agree with the ref on this one that this was advantage play on. Another tripping call, once again. Commentator's curse. Talk about
Indeed.
it. There it be.
Well, for those at home that don't necessarily know the advantage, unlike other sports, football, basketball, where if a foul occurs, play is immediately stopped. Soccer, the referee has a little bit of discretion. So if a player gets fouled, but they continue on with the ball, they keep possession or they get the pass off, a ref can grant advantage and say that they benefited from not calling the foul, that they would have benefited more by not calling it than calling it, and so then play continues.
For example, most advantage play on technically ends up happening with handling calls. So this would result in an opposing player kicking the ball into the other team, but landing back at the opposing player's feet. So the handling did not benefit the attacking team.
Though technically, officially, unless the rule has changed, indirect fouls are not granted advantage. They're different than direct fouls. Direct fouls are committed against an opponent, while indirect fouls are not. And so, like, a handling is an indirect foul. So technically, it shouldn't receive advantage. But again, it's up to
it does most often,
refs'
unfortunately.
discretion. And that's one of those things about soccer that it's kind of tough to wrap your head around at first. Is that the ref does have a decent bit of discretion in terms of the flow of the game like that. Whereas football, though it's not always called as such, offsides is offsides, false starts, false starts.
Beautiful settle by number 8 in the midfield, Hansen.
Hansen's footwork is incredible and has been all season, and she continues to show that off. From what I hear, it turns out, I guess that's one thing that her team outside of high school really works on, is that footwork, is that ability to settle like that. So definitely showing itself here.
Ball goes out on the far side for a Bulldog throw-in.
No, just kidding. Just like that, we get it's going to switch to the Phoenix.
Bulldog did not keep both their feet in the ground, resulting in a Phoenix throw-in then.
Indeed, got to either drag that toe or keep both feet planted throughout the duration of the throw-in.
Ref calls for sub, but unfortunately sub not paying attention. Pulling out number 25.
Big kick, finally getting it out of that side. It's been stuck a little bit. Sneller not happy with the touch she had. I think if she had a better touch, would have had a little shot on goal, giving herself some grief. But she's had a great game so far.
Yet again, you see down here quite a battle going on as the Bulldogs continue to throw elbows without calls, resulting in now seemingly a player down, number 12.
Lakin White, slow to get up, but gets up on her own. Doesn't look like a limp, and she's ready to battle. I think she took a little tumble on the track. That is kind of the one disadvantage we've noticed so far, is that there's not a lot of gap between the turf and the track, and so when the players go off the field. That's kind of the one disadvantage we've noticed so far, but the players have yet to complain to me about it. So
to me, it seemed like Leyland there was holding her side. I believe her opponent was elbowing her below the ribs. But opponent did it sneakily enough to not get the call drawn.
There you go. Sometimes that's the name of the game. There's the big run and gun.
Number 2, senior defender Annie on the ball, getting it back up before an offensive player can get there.
Neither team really able to hold. Oh my goodness, they're going to call that was trip on the ball, but it looked like she had a little help in that trip. We are seeing the
helped her down, one might say.
Yeah. Oh, the ball sneaks through. Sneller, not expecting it to be there, attempts to make a play on it. A lot of odd happenings here today, just not what what you'd expect in terms of mannerisms and behaviors. They're gonna call advantage, play on as it went to Finnegan. Oh man, you set the tone early, but if you don't
follow
keep the tone, sometimes now we're seeing the ref's gonna have to draw the line here in terms of, because you can't be reactionary.
That was nearly like 5 yards off of the same yellow card call that ref made at the beginning of the game, just simply on the other side of the field.
Definitely goes to show the subjectivity, and just how different, the view is.
Once again, long ball. Defense is able to get it out before an offensive player gets there.
One thing I think the Phoenix have yet to unlock is the...
Hold that thought, please, as it appears the Bulldogs are trying to make a play for the goal. But Burke, of course, taking the steps out, dribbling it down the field.
Oh, the pass doesn't get through. And now Burke's got to get back on D. And see, this moment right here where I think there's a perfect opportunity to pass it back to your keeper, add some depth to the game, and give some time so that then you can stretch the game out and get the ball up and over or switch the field. I think that's something the Phoenix have struggled with today that I haven't seen them utilize, is passing it back to the keeper to swing the field. They keep getting stuck on one side for an extended period of time, and then the ball gets through, and instead of going around the horn, around the field via the goalie, they send it right back into that side. So personally, I'd like to see him send it out the opposite side, swing it around.
They do a beautiful job of switching it up top, as we've called out for a few times from Finnegan, but not so much in their defense quite yet.
Looks like track practice has let out for the day, and so we see some track athletes staying to see the game. That's great to see. Down in front in the student section, that's nice. Phoenix keeping the pressure on here, though, as much as we've had our critiques and had our structural stuff. I mean, they are still keeping the pressure on, and they're still in this game. Though we say that.
Number 8 with some nice footwork getting down the field, beating the defense, making a shot on goal, but goes wide. Carly there and ready to get it, but lets it go out for a goal kick.
So both refs making the good call. Looked like Carly might have touched it, but no, she let that go at the last second. Good play read by her.
Looking for a big kick here from Carly.
Definitely a lot of room to play. I mean, you can see the Bulldogs have 5 players really condensed into the center here, which leaves a lot of room on the sides of the dumbbell, as they'd say. If you think of a field like like a dumbbell shaped where the outsides are typically not utilized as much. I mean, there's plenty of space there to get the ball into her. As a Phoenix back playing defense.
Yes, as I said, we're looking for a long kick. Carly makes the short one. Unfortunately, a goal attempt by the Bulldogs is to be thwarted by the Atchison defense, number 3, Lily Adams, but it bounces off of her foot and rolls brutally slowly into the goal.
Not what the Phoenix wanted there. The cross comes in and just unlucky. Off the foot. Keeper come out to get the ball and just not what they wanted, and definitely makes these next 5 minutes count even more. It's going to test. Are the Phoenix going to play with some passion here? They're going to let that define this game, and I think they've got to make the claim that, hey, we're not done yet. We can make a mistake, but we're going to come back.
It's not the first time that the Phoenix has unfortunately made an own goal, and we have seen that they can come back from it. They just need to do it again.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the name of the game. It's just keeping the intensity up. No call. Oh my goodness! It's looking. I mean, it's.
Alrighty, I'm not the person, but
different perspective. Maybe maybe he's not thinking there's a contact there, that it was unintentional. I'm not sure. And maybe our angle's bad. Sneller looking to break through, gets tripped up a little bit, but she's going to try and make a little pass here. Doesn't make it to a Phoenix feet. And the goalkeeper almost drops it. That is 3 bobbles this goalkeeper's had in key moments, and I think the Phoenix are overdue to capitalize on one.
The refs really need to choose a tone for the game, giving a little mixed signals to the players.
As they'll call the handling call there, hit it off for Shingard right into her arm. As that punt was a pop fly straight up. And this will give the Phoenix a set play. This is a great opportunity to try and make something happen. Do you go for the shot? Do you go for just to hit it in? Or do you try and get a little pass option here? Do you put it up and hope a forward knocks in with their head?
Emma Finnegan calls for the ref to make his steps, resulting in the defensive line needing to take quite a few steps backwards to make up the distance.
Yeah, those 10 yards, I mean, they mean everything now. I mean, they matter right here. As Finnegan eyeing it up, going to see if she's going to take the shot or if she's going to make a pass. She goes for it, and it's off the football crossbar and over. Great shot, just not exactly where she wanted to put it. As those are tough. I mean, the angles get narrowed there. It looks like a big, wide goal until you put 4 or 5 players in front of it, and all of a sudden your target area is a lot smaller. As the Phoenix again going to keep the pressure on in this attacking third and not let them through. Keeper opting not to pick it up and hits it out to a Phoenix. A big shot, and it goes in!
Number 9, Crittenden.
Fantastic shot, jumped on the opportunity, saw that it was there, the shot was open. I mean, not the time for the keeper to kick the ball out. I mean, that ball came right, had plenty of time to pick it up. Called it at the moment, pops it out, goes to the Phoenix who keep the pressure on. Fantastic team effort there. Fantastic play from Crittenden. Absolutely incredible to see that moment and just take the shot. Keeper's not fully in position. You've got plenty of players to crash the net. Boom, take the shot. Fantastic.
Similar to the own goal, that ball moved a little slow into that goal, as if the defense there was watching thinking someone else was going to step in to get it. But eventually no one stepped up to get it.
Indeed, and as we see, 5 minutes after the Phoenix gets scored on, they're back to even, and I think it just shows that this team is here. They're playing. These are 2 good teams that are going to be duking it out all night long.
Both of the goals scored on the Phoenix from unfortunate scenarios. One just from the top of the box, almost like a PK, and the other one an own goal, as Finnegan takes another shot and finds the hands of the goalkeeper.
Well, and I like that shot there. I think the mentality now is going to be keep the pressure on and take every shot possible. I mean, they can see they seeing the same bobbles we did. They're seeing the same, like positioning, and they're seeing that there are opportunities to score here. They just got to take them, and I think that's going to be the policy going forward. As the Phoenix hits the turf, might be an injury. Eleni Sheely down, taking a arm to her side.
Again, like I call it, the ref is not seeing these elbows or choosing to not call them, one or the other, resulting in now 2 players needing to spend some time on the ground. First one needing the clock stopped for.
Ref's going to convene with his AR on the sideline, and I think there's, I can commend wanting to let the kids play. Let them play, let them be physical, let them be passionate. But I mean, you don't want injuries. That's the thing. Is I think you got to be watchful, because as a ref you can't be reactionary in totality. You got to be able to be proactive and say that even if it's a small, maybe it feels ticky-tacky to call it, but if you call it now, maybe it prevents a bigger thing later. And sometimes, sometimes they roll the dice, and that's kind of one of those subjectivity things in terms of soccer that is just different.
Sheely coming off the field, still hobbling over, holding her side, as it looks like either it's hard for her to breathe or those hits were quite strong, and they were.
Indeed.
Unable to quite get off the field before she breaks down again one more time.
And they will slowly get her off, and then so they've got trainers looking at her. She's in good hands, but it's definitely not what you want to see. As the Phoenix will attempt to control the center here, as those 2 passes go through without any Bulldog contention. And I think the Bulldogs are going to be kind of scrambling to figure out, what do we do next? When you look at it, yes, the score is still tied, but in terms of the goals, one of them is a little luckier than the others. And so I think that makes you really think about, all right, what is our next step? How do we score one on our own? How do we get that luck to ride again? And it makes for, we're seeing kind of a transitional moment for the Bulldogs, I think, in terms of what are they going to do next.
Phoenix have a choice here. Either take vengeance or keep their heads. It would be easy for them to fight back physically and play a more physical game, or they're going to keep their heads and play the smart game and keep the possession and find the feet of their teammates. Once again, seeing another not call for shoving inside the box this time.
That was a touch of a late hit. The ref was not looking, was following the ball as Sneller fighting for it and kind of gets shoved off after the ball leaves. I don't love that.
Correct me if I'm wrong. AR can help the center ref with some of those calls, especially something like that.
ARs can indeed call fouls, technically on any side, any part of the field if they think there's a foul, but it is very unconventional and untraditional and a little taboo for an AR to call a foul, especially in the box or outside their immediate 15-yard vicinity. As we see that long bomb kind of work as number 8 again on the run, but the Phoenix defense able to recover momentarily here, but the pressure's still on. Off the crossbar. Oh, my goodness. We held our breath as Phoenix are going to deflect another shot, and that's 2 shots that they've gotten a little luck on, but they're still fighting hard, and they keep it in bounds, trying to get it out of this field, give them a breather here for a second. And the Phoenix midfield going to take up the work for him, gets it over to Finnegan on his right side.
Who takes a moment to collect herself with the ball.
A little give and go there. Finnegan's going to take it up the side here. She's going to be looking for a shot or a cross.
Goes for the shot and off the shins of the goalie, but still in. Finnegan now looking for the cross.
Puts it inside. It's going to go through a leg, but Sneller's going to get a touch on it, but nothing goal worthy, and that's going to get eventually kicked out. Oh my goodness, we are from side to side here, back and forth. The intensity's high. Great play by White there, keeping control, holding strong, and then able to hit it off of the off the Bulldogs to keep it Phoenix ball. One minute remain in the half, 2-2. This minute's going to matter, folks, as the Phoenix looking to make something happen before the end. Sneller might have a shot here, takes it herself, breaking through, long touch.
Goalie slides,
Goalie
able to
slides
block it,
into
but
a
another
good-
Phoenix player in and unable to get it on the goal, goes wide.
Great play by Sneller, makes a good job of forcing the goalie to come out and make a choice. And the goalie, you think going to dive on it, but takes the slide. And I gotta say, good play by the keeper there.
Less than 30 seconds remaining in this half. Phoenix playing uptight.
I do think halftime's going to do good to muffle a little of this intensity and passion, we'll call it, from both teams, and hopefully help bring everybody down in terms of the chippiness, I would say. But I mean, as the clock winds down, second half's going to be close.
There it is.
As we go into halftime, folks, it'll be a 10-minute half. It is 2-2. Before we take the halftime break with you guys, a big shout out to our sponsors, our sponsor Daylight Donuts, for supporting streams like this. We support them; they support us. So go show them some support. Tell them Phoenix Productions sent you. And of course, thank you to viewers at home like you guys for doing a wonderful job just watching. We love it. And of course, a big shout out to all of our crew here. Robert Finnegan, Calvin Mortensen, Carter Cow, and Kenneth Sumblom, and a little bit of help from others along the way, and a shout out to everyone who makes it possible. After a big, long 20 seconds of thank yous, we will be back before the halftime just to give a little recap before the second half starts. So join us back here in about 8 minutes. if you want to go down there at any point, you can. Obviously.
Better be over there too.
And we are back for another half of women's varsity soccer here at Amelia Earhart Stadium. The sun finally peeking through the clouds just a little bit as the Phoenix will start with the ball this half.
Phoenix fighting hard right out the gate, pushing up into the attacking third.
Well, I think they know these first 5 minutes are definitely big for them. Phoenix deep in the offensive third. Just as I say that, Bulldogs are able to get it out, but the Phoenix keeping the pressure on. We've seen that defensive line pushed up still, as they're making the Bulldogs fight for every single interaction here, giving them nothing easy. As a nice little through ball there, Shayla takes a shot and
Into
scores.
The back of the net.
Back of the net. Not exactly what I think was intended there. Maybe it was.
Beautiful
and it was just
shot.
High level play, but beautiful through ball. Shayla jumps on it and puts it in the back of the net. That's textbook.
Right in the middle of the net. Goalie, I don't think saw that one coming because it looked like she was going to make a cross to her teammates. But she took that one on her own and made it through.
Indeed. I mean, the goalkeeper was slow to come out because I think she was expecting that pass or that cross from it. But instead, she just takes it straight to the net.
Bulldogs putting on the pressure to come back for that, where Carly bobbles the ball for a second but picks it up and is able to get it out.
Nice punt to come out. As now, I mean, the pressure's on. You're going to see the Bulldogs really have to push it hard here, because otherwise they're going to end up, they're a goal down now. And these next 5 minutes matter even more. As we say, I know you've talked about it and I harp on it, but
Broken
really
clock.
nice.
Broken record over this. Phoenix putting some pressure on, and Hanson get a chance to show off her fancy footwork once again. But takes it a little too far as the defense is able to dive on the ball and take it from her. She is fighting to get it back, though.
Yeah, showing that she isn't just footwork, that she can play a little physical too. Ooh, a nice little deflection there to keep it in bounds. As Phoenix are going to take it deep into the corner. It's going to end up with a Bulldog throw-in.
Unfortunate spot for this run. It's a tight spot. Don't want to go too close to the goal, but want to get out.
Phoenix keeping the pressure on, really trying to make sure they're not letting anything go. And just like that, boom, they get the steal, and they're going to try and take it into the center.
She's really looking for another goal, but slightly goes wide as all of the crowd goes, ooh, as it just goes off to the far side, missing it, resulting in a Bulldog goal kick.
Grazed the post. Just kissed the air next to it. My goodness, that one had everybody, leaning forward for a second. My goodness. As that would have absolutely been a bell ring for the Bulldogs had that gone in.
Hanson with a nice little give and go to defender Annie up on the top of the field.
Bulldogs will follow it out for a goal kick, as I think at this point they're just trying to keep it out the box. They've noticed that the Phoenix are successful when they are able to get it to the corner and then put it into the center. And so they're doing everything they can to get that ball out of there. Phoenix not letting them get any space, puts it right back into the box.
Bulldog able to make a few passes and make some connections as the long ball goes overhead once again, but the defense is on top of it. Letting it go out, resulting for a Phoenix throw-in.
Hansen struggling with that physicality just a touch as she's looking to, to play make here. But she's running into a player that is not scared to stand up as a wall.
Burke showing what some physicality looks like, pushing her opponent off to the edge of there. Long ball, but Carly is able to make it and get it out of there.
A nice little bonk to make sure it doesn't just slip through her hands. I like that. And then, just picking it up. Definitely a smart play there.
Ref potentially missing the handling ball there as he doesn't even make the advantage motion.
Phoenix trying to get it in, and there's the handling call as Sneller just gets it deflected off of her left wrist.
Great to see Schneller back in the game after her tragic exit in the first half.
Indeed. I mean, she's a lead scorer on the year for the Phoenix, and it's just a freshman, too.
Wrong
Sneller? Shayla Sneller, lead scorer.
Wrong. I was referring to
Eleni Sheely. Yes.
My bad.
Great to have Eleni Sheely back after her injury.
Just as she gets bonked in the face once again.
Yeah.
This time, seems that a Bulldog down on the ground.
Set play here for the Bulldogs as they're going to try and have to make something happen as they'll bring a bunch of the team up.
One could wonder, did the Bulldog purposefully flop on that for the set play?
Only want to know, but the ref got it. Oh, but just like that, Burke gets pushed to the ground and ball will be coming out. I think that Bulldog got hit in the stomach with the ball, and I think it knocked the wind out of her just a touch, but she's up and moving around. Just a touch slow. So must have been, I mean, it looked like it was a long bomb hit right to the stomach. That's got to hurt. Oh, long through ball.
For the Phoenix this time. But the defense takes the route and just kicks it out for safety.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you just get it out of bounds. You don't have to worry about it. And it helps slow the pace of play, which currently I think the Bulldogs want to do is the momentum is absolutely in the Phoenix favor.
Shayla getting a foot on it just before it goes out, resulting for a Bulldog throw-in.
This has been a great game so far, folks, as we are excited to see what goes on. Joining me on the mic here, our very own Robert Finnegan.
Yes, indeed. Excited to be here. We're winning.
Great to be on, and a great game to join us. 31 minutes left in the second half. We are throughout the seasons. We try and get students on to commentate, but as we add more sports and broadcast more games, it's important that we take our time and make sure we're doing we learn each sport, and though. We can have our experts on. It takes time, and so Robert's been observing. He's been learning, and so he did a great job with basketball season, and I'm excited to have you on here for soccer. I heard you said you have a little bit of playing experience?
I do. I played a little bit back in 7th and 8th grade.
All right, so not totally new to the game. He's got a little bit, definitely a different beast, up in or in high school. So it'll be good to see if this brings back some nostalgia for you.
Oh yes. I hear that both teams won their last game 8-0.
Yes, both teams offensive powerhouses, and winning their last 2 games, and the Bulldogs being 2-0.
This leads to a beautifully close matchup when both offensive teams are on defense.
Absolutely. I mean, it definitely shows that, defense is a big part of the game and has been in this game for sure, as, 2 teams that, on average are scoring at least 6 points a game, 6 to 8 points a game, all of a sudden are down to 3-2. Phoenix had a little breakthrough ball there, but weren't able to capitalize on it, and they're looking to do it again as they're trying to control the midfield, but the Bulldogs not giving up. The game's not over for them, and they know it. As the Phoenix have been working this left side really well. Oh, just not the pass you wanted. But
they have. I noticed their defensive line is always like super high up relative to where the play is.
Yeah, and that definitely changed early on in the game. Originally, after I think around that first goal, they were playing further back. But with how fast this Bulldog forward team is, they realized that they needed to kind of play up, push the offside line, and really condense the game to prevent a lot of wide open space.
They've got to move up to meet them. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. As the Phoenix keeping the pressure on, not letting them. I mean, you see we've collapsed, and there's more red than white here on the field, just in this little short area for the throw-ins. Just like that, 2 back-to-back.
Kicking it right back out. Yeah.
Finally break it up with a sub coming on. 29 minutes left here, folks. 3-2, your Phoenix lead. But this is definitely a game to watch. This is a big one, folks. I mean, this is where we see, the Phoenix step up, right? They've had games that were really, really tough, and they end up down, and then they've had a game that for them they played really well and made it look on the easier side. And this one has definitely been a very competitive and tough game.
Certainly, and I do enjoy the close games more than this. This is more fun to watch and enjoy than last week when we won 8-0.
Absolutely. I mean, we love watching good sports, and this is great soccer. And at the end of the day, whether they win or lose, it's great to watch great soccer, and that's what they're doing tonight. I mean, that's the same with any sport. Basketball,
of course,
football, baseball, volleyball, anything like that. You like to see competitiveness. You like to see a close game.
We aren't letting them take an inch. We keep knocking this ball right back out of bounds.
Absolutely. And just like that, boom, right there again. And, I mean, you're exactly right. We're keeping the pressure on.
Not giving them any space to make the move they want to make.
Yeah, and then just like that, a good job of getting it out of that side of the field, trying to get it over. Because, I mean, I think the Phoenix, oh, my gosh, great through ball, and that's going to give the Bulldogs a look on their own.
Pretty wide open. But they miss!
Off the post,
right off the
out
goal
of
post.
Bounds. Wow, the Bulldogs' best look at a goal here in the last 20 minutes.
Easily 20, yeah.
Man, and that's tough. As Carly did a good job coming out, forcing the shot, and gets lucky, but also reads the play well as it hits off the goal post and goes out. My goodness, because a foot in the other direction, that goes off the post and into the goal.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So now the Phoenix.
That was scary close. My heart jumped out of my chest.
Absolutely. I think the Phoenix feeling the intensity as they're struggling to get the ball out here as they're kind of taking their time, but connecting good passes still. As Hansen says, I'll just take it myself for a little bit. It's now, I think the Bulldogs are feeling a little bit of that fire, feeling a little bit of that momentum as they, had a close call there, reminding them that, it's still within reach.
Ooh, our positioning is pretty good. We've got players just about everywhere.
Yeah, that is something that I think the Phoenix have done a really good job of this game is controlling the midfield.
Oh, yeah. And everyone's, beautifully open wherever the ball might be. Yeah,
whereas I think the Bulldogs seem to be running an interesting combo here where they almost have 2 defensive midfielders and 2 offensive midfielders, whereas the Phoenix have had their midfielders playing both sides. The offside flag comes up on the far side, and the Bulldogs will be called for offsides, preventing the attack.
You know, I would agree with that assessment. You do see those other kind of midfielders hanging back with the defensive line.
Yeah. Whereas, if you look at the Phoenix, they have very clearly their 4 defenders, but when we get onto offense, you've got all 5 up top. You've got your center mid, your right side, left side, and they're all 3 up with the attackers, with the forwards. And
Yes, I believe they're called wings on the sides.
yes, and so it's a little different play, but it's been working well for the Phoenix. In fact, they have all 4 up top here. As you see, there's 4 that are all pushed up.
Yeah.
So definitely just different styles of play, and I definitely think that's led to this kind of vacuum in the center of the field for the Bulldogs as, a beautiful through ball there.
Yeah, where the Phoenix
Finnegan's
have
on
all
the
the
run.
control there.
Finnegan's going to be looking for a cross here. Makes a girl slip. She's going to get
Doesn't find it.
Of a Bulldog. Bulldog did a good job of jumping in front of it. But yeah, I think it creates this little vacuum in the center of the field for the Bulldogs where they don't have those center midfielders to cover, exactly what they or to control that space as well. And the Phoenix have done a good job capitalizing on that. Whereas I think traditionally this would mean that, or like I think in a typical game, the Bulldogs would have a stronger defense because they've got a couple extra back. And then that run and gun, long bomb offense typically scores them their goals. So I see the play, but the Phoenix have done a good job of adapting and playing to it.
Yes, and a small group that can't adapt is sure to lose.
Indeed.
Yes.
As it'll be Phoenix throw-in on the far side. 24 minutes left.
But what I was saying about the Phoenix positioning is that the Bulldogs, you can see, are kind of like grouped up next to each other with 2 of them in a row with no Phoenix in between or large space. But generally speaking, this game, the Phoenix have been pretty spread out, like a nice web, to catch the ball at all the angles.
Absolutely. Great observation. I think that's absolutely played a huge role in this game. Ooh. A little dicey there. Going to say she had the elbow come out. And here comes the trainer. We're going to take a look. Looks like she's holding her ankle. The Bulldog is holding her ankle. So the clock will stop. And the trainer will come out.
This game has been a lot of fouls and almost fouls.
Indeed, it's been a very, you can call it passionate, you can call it physical, you can call it whatever you want, but it definitely has been a step up than what we've seen in a Phoenix game this season so far. So definitely, it has had an effect on this game. You see both sides being more physical throughout the game than we've typically seen. As she'll get up under her own strength there, with a little help from her friends, from the trainer and coach. And she's going to walk off. That's good to see. So I believe they called the foul, so it'll be a Bulldog kick just about midfield, center field.
Yeah, sounds about right.
As they're getting her off the field, getting her to the trainers. And a sub has come on. You can see, even in a set play like this, you have 4 Bulldogs back and a midfielder taking the kick and only 1 forward past the 30-yard. It's very interesting to see because it doesn't give a lot of long options for the Bulldogs to go to. But nonetheless, they're able to get a lucky hit off the defender and keep it in the attacking third. Phoenix defense going to try and take it outside. Gets it taken from him, though.
Got to disrupt that play.
Bulldogs looking for a shot or a cross. Ends up going out on the near side. That'll go for a goal kick. Well, they're definitely making the ball boys work today. They've probably easily run a 5K tonight.
Oh, easily. Easily. The ball boys do a ton of work. It really helps speed up the game, though, and keep it going smoothly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially with a running clock in high school that they've got where it only stops for injuries and goals, it definitely helps keep pace of play and not burn too much time. Ooh, Phoenix defense taking a gamble there, blocking the pass.
Ooh, might have been a good gamble. We've got a lot of people in good places to be passed to right now.
Oh, yeah, big run there. They're going to say she's onside. She's on her own side of the field. Sneller's going to have a good look here. And she's going to try and take it straight to the goal. Gets a
Ooh, their goalie stops it. Catches it. Ooh.
Yeah, gets a good shot off. Keeper makes a nice grab. So I think Sneller wanted to take that just a touch more inside towards the goal, but wasn't able to, and so had to kind of settle for a shot she didn't love, but it was still a great kick, great accuracy, just didn't quite have the angle I think she wanted.
And it's probably good to keep the pressure on, even with those subpar shots. Keep them on their back leg.
Oh, absolutely. Well, even those shots like that, it makes them think, makes them worry, makes them have to refocus. As there's a little shove there. I think they're calling the grab. Burke's quick. Burke's got the agility. It's hard to get the ball from her. So sometimes he's got to grab that jersey a little bit or hook under that arm, try and slow her down. Phoenix going to play it up and into the box. Just a little long, though. Keeper comes out.
There wasn't really anyone there to get the ball to.
Yeah, not quite. I think if a little shorter, gives her room to run on, but doesn't send it to the keeper. But the keeper punts, bounces over the head of a Bulldog to go out of bounds. And the Phoenix will try and get the offense restarted here. But this is indeed a great game, folks. Don't go anywhere. This is one of those games where it's great to see as the Phoenix.
And it still could be anyone's game.
It truly is. I mean, we got a one-score game here. As the Phoenix looking for a shot or a cross here.
Ooh, they're trying to send it back to the keeper.
My goodness, making everybody gasp, making everybody take a breath there as it looked for a second like miscommunication. But no, indeed, they kick it out, but still not able to fully clear it. But until now they've got some space.
We close on the ball, but then we back off. We don't keep the pressure on the person with the ball.
Yeah, the pressure recedes a bit, and now the Bulldogs got a chance here.
Ooh, but our defensive people step it up.
Defenders hold the line, though. Great job. And now you see this has been a strength so far. With the midfield able to come up, it means that the forwards can take more risks like that and can push the issue more in terms of fighting for possession. That's something that's been really great this game, and you really don't always see that from forwards, really doing that extra work and taking those extra steps. But our forwards have been really good at it.
Yes. I think we've got an excellent team this season. I think it's going to shape up. It's shaping up already to be a great season.
Oh, absolutely. And, the Phoenix showing that they can learn from their early games, and they can build a team dynamic that's working really well. I mean, the defense has been solid tonight.
Oh, great. You can tell because there's only 2 goals. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of them truly is true unluck. Sometimes there's just unlucky moments, and I chop one of those up to that. There's the cross in. They're going to say she's on sides. Sneller's going to get a look.
Ooh.
Keeper stays
I think
on
we could have scared him. I think if we just, ran at him, our 2 people who were on the sides, that keeper has, I forget the term, but when you have the ball but you drop it. Bobble, yes.
Bobble. Yeah,
yes, he's done that a few times.
Yeah, I think, you definitely see definitely got to push the issue. Make sure you're all, when a keeper bobbles it, you're on her, making sure that, you're really scaring them. You got to scare her. Crittenden comes onto the field. The Phoenix, we're seeing some fresh legs. 18 minutes left here, folks. 3-2. Still a ball game. I mean, this game ain't going anywhere. As the Bulldogs try and claw back into the lead here and close the gap, get it tied up. And the Phoenix are not just sitting back and playing defense though. They've been looking to score.
Oh yeah, we're trying for those extra points.
And they definitely want to get the dagger, as they say. Sink the nails, make it official, make that lead harder to overcome.
Drive that nail into the coffin.
Absolutely, and that's been the goal. To score that goal. A great pass
Ooh,
there.
like right here, this is a golden opportunity. The Bulldogs are on it on defense just then, though. The defense came out of nowhere to just close that off.
Very nice defense there by the Bulldogs as Gianna's going to get a little warning from the ref there. You can't shove. You can't shove. You can play physical, but you can't extend those arms is what it looked like.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's harmful to the other players sometimes.
It's not ideal. You know, they don't like it. Though AR and ref going to talk it out a bit. Have some little chit-chat, but they are a go. As this one goes center of the field. No one around it, but the Phoenix are going to get to it first. Everyone kind of looking just a little stunned. Everyone looked a little stunned on that play. Just a little
flabbergasted.
Oh, a through ball that's onside.
Ooh,
Great play.
Yes. Aw, and it just rolls out.
Isn't able to get a full touch on it or a full kick on it, but is able to hit it off the defender for a corner kick on the far side.
Not quite able to take that opportunity, but we're rewarded with a corner kick. Ready for this next opportunity to score another goal and extend this lead.
Indeed. I mean, we love to see these set plays as Finnegan's back for the kick. And, I mean, these are the moments where the Phoenix really like to score. Up top, somebody's looking to settle it.
That's a good one. We've got 4 of them right there.
As the Bulldogs able to get a foot on it and clear it out.
For a Phoenix throw-in, though.
Good defense. You know, you got to give credit where credit's due. That's good defense, getting it out. Not you know, you don't want to mess around when it's in the 6-yard box like that.
Yeah, you really can't afford to mess around with their whole team in there with you.
Is the Phoenix going to keep the pressure on, looking to make something happen? Ooh, hands.
Ooh,
hands been playing
the
well.
foot play is incredible.
My goodness. Oh. Little ping pong down the middle. It's going to end up with Finnegan. She's looking for a big shot here.
Ooh, just goes for it.
Keeper doesn't quite grab it. Opens herself up for a run in there. And good job on Sneller for
attempting to capitalize on it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you want to see.
Even just making that move will make the keeper afraid.
Burke trying to just take it all the way herself. Ends up getting stopped up, but a little shot. Again, this keeper having to do work today. She's really been working, and the Phoenix have been good at, you know, not giving her a lot of rest. There's a little ping pong there, but the Phoenix, again, going to be able to keep possession. Making Finnegan run on the far side.
Ooh, stopping it.
Yeah, Finnegan's not
stopping
the
Bulldogs throw-in. Okay.
Yeah, Bulldogs just waiting for that to roll out, but Finnegan said, no, I'll run it out.
She said, no, I'll get it.
Yeah, and that's
I'll be there.
That's dedication. That's the type of passion
That's what we need. That's the energy I remember.
100%. Big shout out to the folks at home for watching along. It's been a great season so far, and we're glad to bring it to you as this is the first time in at least a couple years we've been able to provide soccer. We're hopeful that in the fall we're able to do men's soccer. It just kind of depends on what the schedule looks like and what our availability is in terms of people. But we love bringing you guys sports, and we love doing all this. So it's nice to know when people are watching that it really
that was a really nice pass over the heads of the teams.
Indeed. I mean, and the Phoenix have been making really good passes tonight.
Defense keeping control of that ball for a second.
Great job on Burke of, knowing when to let it out. Knowing when to clear it, let it go, and not trying to overwork. Hansen gets the quick little steal. Going to send it along to Shayla Sneller, who's going to get a little step on him. She's going to have to try and make some work here.
Oh, and the Bulldogs kick it out of the goalie zone.
My goodness.
Back into the Phoenix.
Don't love the plan on the ground, but I guess it wasn't quite dangerous. No call there, but the Phoenix able to recover.
I think that actually helped us, though.
Nice through ball to Finnegan. She's
I don't think that would have worked.
Cross goes just in
so
front of
close.
The goal.
Maybe a foot off. Ooh.
Yeah, no one there to snag it. Just went right in between, but a really nice through ball there. And, I mean, the Phoenix are overdue here. I mean, they've been dominant on offense tonight, just able to keep control and make good passes. And I think this shows that they are able to do this repetitively. they are showing their consistency. They are not, just a
one-hit wonder.
Yeah, they're not. They don't just play well against teams that that they should get a win on their. They play well against teams that are
More of a
giving them tough
toss-up.
time. Yeah, we're going in. It's a tougher tell. Because it is still, though, I mean, anybody's game, if you count up these goal-scoring opportunities, the lead would be a little bit would be a decent bit bigger, but, I mean, here we are, 12 minutes left. Still plenty of soccer to play, folks. As we always say, there's plenty of game to play, plenty of game to play.
Plenty of games to play today, and plenty more games in the future.
And see, and that's a moment right there that I kind of want to see the keeper come out a bit and
be ready to receive it.
To get a big kick out. That's a very quick way to send the ball back into at least the midfield or into the attacking third, is to have your keeper come out and give him that slow baby bounce kick ball pitch, right to him, and just let him bomb it out of there.
You see, I disagree. Right now, when the ball was over here on the 10-yard line, I think the keeper should have edged out a little bit. But while it was over on the 30-yard line, I don't think they should have. Because they were Bulldogs on the far third away from us and nearer to us. And the ball still could have gone anywhere. And if the keeper extends out, it becomes harder to block in the triangle the keeper can block in.
True. And that is absolutely...
So
I
wouldn't have had the keeper step out then.
And that is absolutely the gamble that you take, and I like that. That's the other, that's the other option. That's the other perspective. That's great. Somebody wanting a handling call, but
someone in the crowd is yelling.
Yeah. As the Phoenix able to keep control, trying to find a nice through ball. Great passing here. Finnegan looking backwards for a pass.
Losing some ground, giving some ground. The defense kicks it forward, back to our team.
Great little play there. Good game sense to know that Finnegan's her momentum is not taking her forward at that point, and it's easy to just want to turn and just put your head down and try and force it down the field, but sometimes it's easy. You look up and you play what's in front of you. And when your own defender's in front of you, and you know that you can give them a pass back that to swing the field a little bit. That's good.
I think that's a huge distinction that really makes soccer and football extremely different. Is that in football, really your goal is to push the ball to the other end, but in soccer, there's a lot other things, many more things, and it is rarely ever, I think, just the best choice to push it yourself because you have a whole team to work with, to pass to organize around.
Absolutely, there is no QB sneak in soccer, and I think one of the best illustrations I was told was you're not playing to the goal, you are controlling space. That you as a team,
yes,
you want to control the space that you're in, whether it's the defending third, it's the midfield, it's on the offensive third. You want to control that space and maintain possession. That's why a lot of times in professional soccer, when you're watching, they will measure the time of possession for the teams. And one of the biggest indicators of whether a team is going to win or lose in the second half is their time of possession in the first half. How long did they have control of the ball?
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Soccer really is about controlling the field.
I mean, that's one of the things that's a big difference for us broadcasting, is that it's harder to track the ball in soccer because the ball very regularly moves in 3 dimensions for us. Whereas in football and baseball, it's much more in 2 dimensions, where it's moving side to side, and basketball for sure. But in soccer, you're moving diagonally a lot too.
Oh, yeah.
And that adds a new element.
Speaking of directions, we're kicking the ball, this game, the ball is being kicked vertically an awful lot, which is generally harder to control than kicking it sideways or forward linearly on the ground.
Absolutely. I mean, we're seeing the ball up in the air a lot more, and both teams, getting it up and utilizing that. And I think in terms of when you have such a condensed space, I mean, look at this. You've got just then before the set play, you had every player within a 25-yard span. when the field is that condensed, you can't always go through or under.
Blocked
you
it
gotta
with her
go
head.
over. I mean, soccer's a full-body sport. Sometimes you got to put your head on the line.
Yeah, sometimes.
Great give and go from the Phoenix there. She's going to be looking back, trying to get back to Sneller. She's going to take it down the side. But not able to. The defense does a good job of getting back. But the Phoenix still on it. As they're going to look to try and gain that possession back. And Hansen getting physical, taking it right to him.
Just keeping that pressure, though. Staying on them, though.
Indeed.
Really, like, pushing them and making them move out of line.
Big kick from the Bulldogs. As they're going to try and switch the field up and keep momentum here.
Yeah. They really do pass it in a zigzag pattern that time. Trying to keep the Phoenix on their toes.
Oh,
Ooh, that was a shove. That was an actual
just a
shove.
little bit there. I'm surprised we didn't see a call.
I am
Quick
also
throw in.
surprised.
There we go. Get Sneller when she's
yes,
ready.
before Bulldogs can prepare for it.
No foul called as Shayla hits the ground. You almost wonder if that's an advantage. But Sneller's going to steal it in the box.
Ooh,
Gets tripped up. They're going to call the
down.
deflection. No call, no penalty call, but they will get the corner off the deflection. Man, and that's one thing I like about this Phoenix team is they don't give up. You know, I mean, they get knocked down, they're going to pop right back up and they're going to go for the ball. And you know, all bets are off in terms of, you know, collapsing on that ball and getting it back.
Oh yeah, our team is certainly not cowards. We're
No.
going for it.
We're going for it.
I, alas, was a coward when I played soccer. Oh,
I was
deathly
when I
afraid
played
of the
baseball.
ball.
I was afraid of the ball in baseball. Soccer, less so.
See, when I played baseball, I was like, oh, it's a tiny little ball.
Yeah, it's dense. It hurts.
Yeah, it's more dangerous, yeah, but I wasn't as afraid of it. Because I trusted my hand-eye coordination to catch it.
There's the call as Yanni gets tripped
Is
just
that someone's
outside
phone?
the box.
Oh, no, it's a knee pad. It's a shin pad, actually.
Shin guard comes out as the ref's going to mark the spot. Yeah, about 3 yards outside the 18. And the Phoenix will have a set play here. Pretty much taking it just as a corner kick. As Finnegan's got to cross the field to get there. As she's the crosser, she's
Finnegan has
our
to be
lead
there.
assist on the season.
It's worked so far.
It works. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep the duct tape in the bag as Finnegan's going to back him up here. Take that 10. It's 10 yards, but really it's just 10 of the ref's steps is kind of how it goes.
Ah, yes.
But forms the wall, and Finnegan's going to have to decide what she's going to do here. Got a little more room to run up to the ball than on her corners and a little bit shorter gaps. So it'll be interesting to see what she does. Pops it up. Ooh, looks like she took a
into the
shot
goal.
at the goal, trying to just sneak it in.
I've
as
seen
she
that
had the
work where the
angle.
ball just like turns into the goal
Yeah.
as it spins through the air. It works, and it's really cool when it does.
Yeah, and it's just a little off. A great shot. Just not the perfect placement. And that's tough. That's a tough angle there. I mean, you're looking at she's maybe 5 yards out from the goal line. So that's a tough.
Yeah, it's really hard when you're so close to curve it in.
Yeah, that's a tough angle. As we are under 5 minutes here, folks, just about hit 4 minutes left in this game. Your score's 3-2, and it's going to come down to these last 4 minutes as both teams playing hard, playing in the game, and not giving up.
Ooh,
no advantage called
No
for Burke
advantage.
there. She's able to
Ooh.
stay on her feet with the ball, but I think the
but
Phoenix
then
are
the
fine
whistles.
with taking a little bit of time here. If you're the Phoenix, you like that because it's going to burn about
It
12
does
seconds
burn
off
the
the
clock, and we're winning.
and
so.
it keeps us possession. So, and it puts a set play for us around the 35. I like that.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
it's
I
fine.
could complain and say, let's get the advantage, but in this instance,
Whatever.
I'm more
It's
than
good
okay
enough.
with it.
It's fine.
Well, a nice settle there, jumping on the ball. Good little pass. That's something the Phoenix have been really nice about is those little short little passes. In
The
in
micro
moment.
plays, just the small little things.
Yeah, as getting it out wide, but not able to get the cross they want, but puts it out of bounds, and that'll eat a little more time off the clock. And I think now we're seeing the Phoenix are going to try and they're going to be more than okay with if we don't get the goal, but if we waste the time.
Ooh, if you just kick the ball out a bunch, like you just like.
Indeed, I mean there's no stoppage time.
Yeah, stall the
in
clock,
high
yeah.
school. The ref can choose to stop the clock, but they typically don't, and so. to some extent, it's on the Bulldogs if they want to play with haste that they got to grab the ball and get going. And that's the refs kind of leaves it to them on that. As the Phoenix looking to just keep it on this third of the field, as every second spent here is another scoreless second. And just like that, Gianna playing tough.
Yes, doing exactly what you said, just like keeping her there. The ball was there for easily 3 seconds.
Oh, man, and then we're going to see
Bulldogs getting
the clock will
aggressive,
stop.
getting angry.
Number 10 for the Bulldogs is going to receive a yellow card as after the ball went out of bounds, extends the arms for a shove at about shoulder level on our number 10, Gianna.
Yeah, very much. Get away from me.
Yeah, definitely a get off my back, but you can't do that after, certainly after the play, and so she'll get the yellow card, stops the clock, 2 minutes, 27 seconds, and she'll get subbed out.
That's exactly what we expect to see. What our number 10 just did, though. Just hound them. Make the play take as long as it possibly can.
Absolutely. Great game sense there.
You didn't get my hound them pun because they're the Bulldogs?
Oh, I got it. It was good. It's clever. I like it. It's the extra detail. As the Phoenix still looking for another goal here with just 2 minutes left. But the Bulldogs are going to try and with haste bring it down. But, again, the Phoenix are on them and not letting them move. Sends it to the far side. Aren't able to keep it in, but it'll go out of bounds.
Well, that's fine. The clock's still running.
Ava Trevino on the far side there. Really, she turns on the afterburners, and she can take off. As Phoenix ball, and I think the Bulldogs, this is the time where unless you're going to get a big long bomb run, it's going to be a tough thing to do here. As there you see it, there was the big kick. But Phoenix defense going to control and maintain possession with just 90 seconds left here.
Yeah, it's just a little over a minute. Well, I guess a minute and a half, so whatever.
And the Phoenix is going to bring it down and probably have one last shot on goal here as Sneller is going to fight for it. And they're going to call the foul coming in.
Oh.
My goodness, they're going to call the foul on the Bulldogs there, and that'll be coming in from just outside the box.
I didn't expect that one.
Man, I think they're calling the grab there as Shayla's trying to just run, but it looked like maybe Bulldog grabbed a little bit of arm there. I couldn't quite tell, but 50 seconds left, last set play. Ava Trevino's going to have a shot here.
This is looking like Phoenix game.
So this will probably round out the evening here, folks. There's a kick. Just wide right, not quite the shot she wanted, but it burns the clock. And with just 30 seconds left here, folks, your Phoenix are looking pretty good. We won't jinx it here, but it has been a truly great game. The Phoenix have done a great job of controlling the midfield, playing, adapting on defense early to fix issues and to learn from their mistakes.
Yeah, that shot at goal a few seconds ago truly would have been the sugar on the cream to the game.
Yeah, that definitely would have been the final moment as the foul called, but it burns 10 seconds and the clock winds down. Your Phoenix will win 3-2
against the Wyandotte Bulldogs.
And that'll put your Atchison Phoenix at 2-2 on the year after a fantastic game here. And before we do a little post-game interview, a big shout-out to our sponsor, De La Donuts, for supporting us and supporting the stream, so go support them. Big shout-out to all of our workers here. Of course, Robert Finnegan, who hopped on mic with us, Kenneth Sunblom, who's doing a little bit of camera and a little bit of directing, and, of course, Calvin Mortensen and Carter Cow working camera all night. And, of course, big shout-out to DeWare, who hopped off the mic and went and jumped on a camera. So we truly do everything and do it all here. But really a really fantastic game. And, the Phoenix did a great job controlling the space, controlling the ball, playing their game, and not being deterred by an offensive powerhouse. As we've seen, the Bulldogs can score. And, it's a great job on the defense for keeping them scoreless, and great job on the Phoenix on the offense for pushing the issue and fighting hard the whole way through and scoring, 3 goals. That's big.
Yeah, what else could you want out of a game? Beautiful game.
Absolutely. All right, as we round down here, your Phoenix come to do their cool-down run and give a big wave to the crowd as we round it down. Thank you for watching, folks. We will be back for the next home soccer game, I believe, is next Tuesday. We will announce that on our Facebook and Instagram as it comes up on the 21st. Sorry, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. They have a couple away games next week and then a home game on the 21st. So we'll see you back here for some Atchison women's soccer in 2 weeks' time. So, of course, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy your evening and have a wonderful night.